Hey, I hope you're well. House prices are up, at least asking prices are up again. This is the type of video that we get loads of interesting comments on. Keep it kind in the comments, but do participate in the discussion. I really want to know what you think, because it's very baffling me, like, why are asking prices going up? And we're going to dive into that and all the data that's come out from Rightmove today. And firstly, as well, I want to thank everyone that I met at the Landlord and Investor Show last Friday. Met tons of you guys that have been watching the channel for a long time now. Some of you are lurkers in there, so if you met me and you are someone that doesn't normally comment on the channel, then do comment and say hi. It's really good to have met a lot of you guys face to face in the last few days. Now, we're on the journey as well. There's a few of you that don't like it when I say this, but look, we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers at the moment, and I want to ask you to help me. We're nearly there. We could hit it in April. We're on target to possibly do it if we can speed up the subscriber rate a little bit. So make sure you should smash that subscribe button over there, hit the bell notification. And if you've already subscribed, smash the like button. Even if you haven't subscribed, smash the like button, because that will get me more views and more potential subscribers as well. So hopefully we'll hit that 5,000 this month. So let's talk about this Rightmove report. I know whenever I talk about house prices, someone's going to comment in there going, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I had a lovely chap the other day that said he would rather get investment advice from his deceased grandfather. Lovely guy. This isn't me giving you an opinion here. This is sharing the Rightmove data, right? So make sure you understand the difference here. This is Rightmove talking about what's going on in the market. So what are they saying? Well, what they're saying at the moment is that asking prices are going up again. So asking prices have gone up this month, but not much, right? So they've gone up by 0.2%, so not even 1%. Now, that's actually down year on year. So normally at this time of year, asking prices go up in the spring. So normally they would go up 1.2%. So what they're saying from that data is that what that's showing us is that people are being a bit more realistic that the market might turn, and they're not just going for maximum profits like they have been for the last few years. That's interesting to note, right? And that could indicate that eventually people might be looking to drop their prices. But right now, they're not going on the market any cheaper. In fact, the average house price now is £366,000, which is crazy high, right? And so that's the average house price. That's the highest it's ever been. And that's the asking prices, not sold prices. Now, some of you are going to jump in the comments and say, well, these are asking prices, not sold prices. True. But what it does indicate to us is that people aren't ready yet to take massive losses on their property. They're just not. If you were looking to sell fast, you wouldn't be putting the price higher than the asking prices on average last month, would you? If you needed to sell, you were in an emergency situation, which some sellers are, you'd be dropping the price just to get that moving through and get that deal done. And that's not happening right now. So what this indicates is that, look, probably we should be listening to the mortgage companies that are telling us that they see that we'll have a soft decline this year. We might have a bit more of a drop next year, but it doesn't indicate to me, and I could be wrong, and they could be wrong as well, that I don't feel that we're going to have a crash, because if the asking prices aren't dropping now, it takes nearly 6 months to buy a house, right? And so it takes so long. And so the deals that are going to be getting listed today, they're not going to be getting viewings for a week or two. Then they'll probably get an offer by the end of the month, if that all goes well. And then it's 6 months after that that the majority of them will complete, which is pretty much the end of the year already. And so I just don't see the market shifting massively. That could change though. Right? And so I'm not saying I have a crystal ball, but it is giving us some sort of indication. So what are we saying here? Now, this is interesting, that inquiries, sales, all of that stuff is actually back to the 2019 levels. And so look, during the last few years, prices went through the roof, transactions went through the roof. And that was because people were flush with cash. Interest rates were so low as well. But now we're back to the 2019 levels, and that's more normal times, right? So that indicates that the market is doing slightly better. And estate agents that were being quizzed and interviewed by this were saying that the market for them is picking up in the last month or so. They're getting more inquiries, they're getting more offers than they have done. They've still got a lack of stock. So what is expected to happen is now people are seeing, look, the market is still fairly stable, could change, but right now it's fairly stable. What we're expecting is to see more sellers coming into the market now. Now that is when you could see bigger price shifts because there's going to be more competition. Right now we've got a lack of stock on the market, meaning sellers don't have to drop their prices significantly because there isn't lots of stock out there. As more stock comes onto the market, if people are serious about selling their property, they might need to look at dropping their price in order to get the sale unless buyers come back into the market as well. So that's something that could happen. What else is going on? And so house prices are now selling 12 days faster than they were in 2019. That's interesting. So that was slowed down in the last 6 months, but it's getting faster to sell a house now. And that is indicated in the lack of stock that's on the market. And so as more stock gets on, house transactions will slow down. There'll be more options and that will obviously slow that stuff down for sure. What is going on as well? So first time buyers. So the average first time buyer is now spending more than ever before, and they're spending £224,000 on their first property. There are 4% more first-time buyers actually in the market in the recent data as well. So that's a good indication that there is still some buoyancy in that market. However much people want the market to go down, I don't. Let's just get my stance out there. I feel the market could go down this year. I've said that it could go down as much as 8%. That wouldn't be a crash. A crash is more than 10%. But as time goes on and as we are getting this data that people still are reluctant to go with lower prices on Rightmove, it's interesting to see what happens. Now, there are people that always comment on my videos that say in their area they're seeing record drops and stuff like that in prices. You're not actually, because Rightmove have come out with this data and they said you're not actually seeing lots of discounts. You're just seeing more normal discounts. You're seeing more normal discounts, and that data shows that in 2019, before we even knew what was coming around the corner, you would have had 20% of the properties on Rightmove that would have been discounted. Then we went into that crazy few years that we've just had, and you didn't see any discounts, and that's why it looks like there's way more discounted properties than there normally would be, but there's not. It's just back to more normal times. So look, asking prices are up. That doesn't mean selling prices are up at all. Of course it doesn't. But it does show, as we've said last month, that these sellers are not desperate to sell their properties right now. They're listing high. They'll get an offer. If that offer matches what they want to sell for, then they will proceed. There are people willing to pay these prices still because houses are selling 12 days faster than they did a few months ago as well. So that's a good decision. But what we've also got from this report, which I know some people want to see that the market is moving in a more negative trend, is that we are now expecting more buyers to start coming back into the market. That's when you're going to see more competition, and that's where you could see a shift downwards in house prices. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. Do comment below. Do subscribe if you didn't already. We've got new content every single week. We've got some new content from the Landlord Show that I filmed last week while I was there that will be coming out this week. Do check out all the other content on my channel, including a video here on how to go from one house to 10 investment properties.